Hey, beautiful people. How's everyone doing this afternoon? I hope you've had a great Wednesday, great productive day, that you got some stuff on your to-do list to done. I got my to-do list to done. Everything's checked off. I did all my laundry, which is my least favorite household thing to do. It's not cleaning a bathroom. It's not sweeping or doing anything in the kitchen. It's doing laundry. But today it went well. Got everything washed, folded, and put up. So I got my to-dos to done. So we're going to talk about today. First of all, I didn't say my name. I'm Christy. Welcome. Hey. We're going to talk about making better food choices, right? So Monday we talked about having good morning habits that flow easily for you. Yesterday we talked about, look, y'all a little crooked. There, that's better. We talked about focus and energy. So today we're going to talk about how better food choices are easier when they're convenient. And I have notes because notes last longer than my memory. Keep living, yours will get a little short too, right? A lot of people do not fail because they don't care. We care about what we eat. Sometimes it's just not convenient. But we struggle because the better choice is harder to reach sometimes, right? If junk is easy, and your better options take much more effort, guess what's going to win? The snacky snacks. That's what's going to win. Wellness gets easier when you make the better choice, the easier choice. So stop trying to rely on your willpower. I'm strong. I cannot do it. No, I am a recovering emotional eater. I could justify having those extra snacky snacks. Willpower gets weak when you're tired, when you're stressed, when you're emotional, when you're hungry or rushed. Because they always say never go grocery shopping when you're hungry, because then you buy extra. You got a whole list of maybe 15, 20 items. By the time you get to the register, you got about 40 or 50 because you're hungry and you're thinking, oh, that look good. Oh, that look good. No, never go hungry. They are also about preparation, environment, and support. If you are a family of 4 and your kids are of preteen, teenage age, make them part of the decision to eat better, right? The littles should eat whatever you give them, you know. Some littles are picky, because I got a couple of G babies that are picky eaters, right? But you have to help them along so that they make good food choices and it make it fun, right? So set your life up so you don't have to keep fighting yourself. I had to get control of emotional things are going to happen, but I don't have to eat my emotions because I'm a recovering emotional eater. So I don't do that anymore, right? I have cheat days that I get to have a few extra goodies. But for the most part, I stick to a plan. My main plan, though, of course, is if I don't buy the extra snacky snacks, then they're not in the house to eat, right? So make decisions before hunger shows up. Hunger is not the best time to try to figure out what you're eating, because what'll happen is you'll go in that kitchen and you have food, but because you got to put it together, you don't want it. So what you do is you call Uber Eats. Okay? You may have to wait 30 minutes, but you know once it comes, you ain't got to do no cooking, right? So decide early what's going to be for lunch. Do a little meal prep if necessary. You know, what snacks are available, good snacks, and what are you drinking? You know, there's these kombucha style drinks that I like, and I would get, it's 7 days in a week, I get 7. So I knew I couldn't have but one a day, because they were good for your gut health, but they still not part of, you need to drink your water. You cannot substitute getting a good glass of water for a kombucha drink, right? And then what's your plans for the evening? Planning reduces panic choices. In my planner, I do a meal plan. I know what I'm going to eat. And when I grocery shop now, I grocery shop based on my meal plan. So I can mix it up, but I can't go outside what I've already planned, because that's what's in the kitchen. Okay? And then you have to build your favorite meals. I have my favorite ones. And then you have to build default meals. Do not give yourself endless options. Meal plan. Have your 3 basic meals that you're going to have during the week. And then plan some little ones like sandwiches or soup, because I'm a soup girl. And over on my private accountability group, I posted the recipe for a cabbage soup, because I love soup. It can be 150 degrees outside, but I can eat a good bowl of soup. So I'm going to be making me some cabbage soup as part of my meal plan for April, because I've already done March's meal plan. Right? It helps that you have 3 to 5 go-to meals that you rotate. Right? Simple, repeatable meals lowers your stress and supports consistency. Now, it might seem to get boring if you're having the same basic meals all the time. But it also makes it easier, because once you know those are your go-to recipes, you know what to go in there and do, and your hands just start kind of doing it for themselves. So you're not stressed, right? Better food choices often come with fewer decisions. The fewer decisions you got to make about it, the better it's going to be. Prep your environments. Keep your fruits visible. Put your water where you can see it. If you like room temperature, a few things that are room temperature water, put some bottles right there. The nice ice cold water, fill up your, have a Hydro cup. Most everybody nowadays has a Stanley. Keep it filled. Portion your snacks instead of eating from the bag. You know, you can get those reusable 100-calorie containers. Take everything and break it down. And know that you can't have but one a day. Or one every other day. And do not stock your house with everything that pulls you off track. Especially if you know you're already struggling. Okay? And some of these suggestions I'm making may not work if you got teenage kids in the house. Because they run off of snacks. But then again, it might help if you reel them in on that you're trying to do better and you want them to do better, then y'all work as a team. Because if they eat all the snacks up, they're not going to have no snacks to the next grocery haul. So maybe you can teach them some portion control. Okay? And then support your routine. Well, I support my routine with these particular products. And you can too. As a support, this is not a solution. It's just a support. Like I use ISO Control. This is our GLP-1 activator. It also helps control your appetite. When I first started taking these, and these make it easier for me to stay on my plan. Because it controls my appetite. I have to remind myself to eat. It makes intermittent fasting very easy. And it activates the GLP hormone that is already in our bodies that as we get older seems to want to slow down. But it activates it. Right? And then if you got the snack monster issues, these resolution drops, I use these at night after I've had my last meal of the day, right before I have my cup of tea before bed. I have my resolution drops. This helps with the snack monsters. I don't feel like while I'm reading that last chapter for the night that I just have to have a snack. This helps control the snacks. So it really does. Those cravings that get loud, right? Especially sugar. Oh my God. It kills the sugar cravings. And then, of course, you have to support your body with good nutrition. And that's where a multivitamin comes in. This helps you begin the day with a better choice already made. You just rip it and sip it. It has 72 vitamins and minerals. The nutrition that your body needs every day. This one little pack is equivalent to 10 salads. 10 healthy, nutritious salads. Knowing you're not going to eat that much lettuce, that much kale, or that much whatever the other endives. You're not going to do that. But you can take this, rip it, and sip it. And then for the coffee lovers in our life, move to a healthier coffee. This is a smarter coffee swap. And you can make it part of your morning. This is made from an unprocessed coffee bean, a green coffee bean. It hasn't been stripped of its nutrients. Plus it has the reishi mushroom, the Ganoderma one. Read about what all the benefits there are from the Ganoderma mushroom. There are a bunch of benefits. Not to mention we have Garcinia kombucha in here, another appetite controllant. It's a good swap. And then this right here, the OG of our line. Now this was first, this was second. This is our Aso brew tea. This tea right here. Now let me just tell you my testimony. Last week I didn't make a gallon of tea because this makes a gallon of tea. So I didn't make my tea. But this week I made my tea, and I can definitely tell the difference after I've eaten during the day, after I've had my tea in the morning, because we're not going to be that graphic, but it works. And it helps keep the inflammation off your body, right? And if you want to drink 8 ounces in the morning and 8 ounces at night, this is great. Which is what I do. I do 8 ounces in the morning because it's the base for my coffee. And I do 8 ounces in the evening. Right? Because I make it the base of my other cleansing tea. So better food choices are often connected to energy. Right? So when you're drained, you want fast comfort. That's why food choices are not always just about the food. Because sometimes we tell ourselves we're hungry when we're really just thirsty. I've learned that. In the evening, I've had dinner. But so why am I still hungry? I go get a nice glass of either room temperature or ice cold water. And that's what my body wanted. It was thirsty. Sleep, stress, hydration, and energy supports all affects what sounds good to you. You got to get good sleep. Try to reduce the stress. I know life be lifing sometimes. You got to stay hydrated, and you got to support your energy. Okay? Set some boundaries. Protect your peace. So stop making healthy eating so complicated. It's not really complicated, right? You do not need perfection. You do not need fancy recipes every day. A good old baked chicken and some mixed veggies does a body good, right? Better food choices can look like grilled instead of fried, water instead of a soda, smaller portions. If for you eating 4 small meals a day works better than, say, for me, I like to intermittent fast because I'm not really a big breakfast person at 8 or 9 in the morning, right? So I have 2 meals during the day. One of them might be the breakfast style foods, right? And make sure you get your protein, because your protein is what gives you your energy and helps your muscles. You know, and a lighter plate at night. My heaviest meals I have between, sometimes I eat as early as noon, but I try to wait till 1. But from noon to 2, that's my heavy meal. That's my big meal. And then my meal that I have between 6 and 7, it's a lighter meal. So my system is not digesting all night long, right? And I can sleep better. Simple is sustainable. We don't cook no beef bourguignon over here or filet mignons at night. It's a lot of baked chicken, salmon, salads, you know, veggie bowls, tacos over here. Okay? Real food, portion control. So your goal is to make the meal easier. So ask yourself, what can I prep now? What can I take off of my plate? Like I took bread off. Unless I get Killer Dave's bread, the seeded bread. And what can I keep ready for later? Have things cut up and ready to go, instead of having to prep a bunch of stuff for that meal, right? So you want to think support. So better food choices often start long before the meal itself. Okay? So think support, not punishment. Better choices should feel like you care. It shouldn't feel like you're restricting yourself. Because if you restrict yourself too tightly, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, if you're one of those people who are very, very, that works for you, then go for it. But for most people, being very restrictive in the things you can do and eat means we're gonna cheat. We're gonna go have some ice cream. We're gonna go to Popeyes, right? So we're not punishing ourselves with food. Food, we should not live to eat, but eat to live. You know, I did buy that book, but I never read it. But I do understand it. You are supporting a version of you that wants to feel stronger, lighter, and more in control. So, with all that said, making better food choices is not difficult. It's just a matter of being prepared. Okay? And having great supplements that can help you. Teas that keep your digestive system running perfectly. Nutrition. Full body nutrition with 72 vitamins and minerals. A good coffee substitute that's not over processed and has health benefits. Things that can kill the snack monster and help you control your appetite. So sometimes the answer is not more discipline. Sometimes it's just creating a life where the better choices are easier, simpler, and more natural to make, and having the right supplements in place. So that's what I have for you today about making better food choices. Those are my suggestions. Those are some things that I've used and that I use in my everyday life that's helped me. Because last year, and I need to weigh. I keep saying I'm going to weigh every morning and I forget. Because last year, those are the things I put in place. And I was able to release 71 pounds, which was a byproduct of me deciding to get healthier. And these are the products that I use. And if you're interested in these products, but you don't want to really invest in the full size quite yet, you can get a 3-day reset pack. You get that tea that I showed you for free. You get 3 days of NutriBurst, NRG, 2 of all of the teas, and 3 coffees. If that's still a bit much to try to commit to, it comes in a mini pack. You get a NutriBurst. You still get 3 of the NRGs because I can't separate them. 1 for each day. 1 of all the teas and a coffee to try. But you know you need nutrition and you know you need energy. So we got nutrition and energy right here. 3 NutriBursts and 3 NRG capsules, right? But say you want to get into cleansing your system, restoring good gut health, you can try cleansing teas. They come in flavors. You got tropical punch, lemonade, and watermelon, which is my favorite. And I've also thrown in there for free 2 of the ISO instant teas. They don't have any flavor. And all these teas are good hot too. If you like a hot tea in the evening, these are all good hot. So those are some things that can help you on your journey to healthy, help you make better food choices. Because this is not a quick race. This is a marathon. Life and living healthy is a marathon. And we're going to win. Okay? So that's all I got for you today. But tomorrow, I believe we're going to talk about... Tomorrow is Thursday. What we're talking about tomorrow. Do y'all remember? Because I don't remember. Told y'all. Sometimes the memory just... Whoop, it just goes. Y'all keep living and getting older. And see, won't y'all be taking a whole lot of notes. Notes are a wonderful thing. So tomorrow's topic for our taste and talk is... Because tomorrow's Thursday, we're going to talk about reset and digestion. Because we got to have good gut health. Okay? All right. That's all I got for you. Y'all go and have a great evening. If you want to relax with me this evening over on the Night Pour, I go live on TikTok at 9 p.m. And we'll close out the day. Okay? All right. Later, Gators. Bye.